Shalom. Okay, and this is Bernard Naquam from Wireless Naquam 144. Okay, I want to give all praise to Al Bashim Rashad, and understand to the apostles that rule well, that rule Israel well in truth and sincerity, and has brought us up to this point in understanding where we're seeing these prophecies come to pass back to back. Okay, the Most High allowed Tar to declare this year the year of prophecy. Okay, obviously it's prophecy everywhere, but you know it's more prevalent in these times, as you can see. Okay, if you're on your watch, and sorry to say, I can push these words to say it in truth. And yeah, man, I'm gonna get straight into this one. This is hopefully this won't get taken down for copyright infringement, but what it is, man. It's edification at the same time.
I'd like to call to order this secret conclave of America's media empires. We're here to come up with the next phony baloney crisis. This secret conclave of America.
Secret conclave, okay. You have to notice there because he sort of likes to put in these these funky words, mate. You know what I'm saying? These what is it? Spiffy words, cause Jake don't look shit up. You get me? Okay. See, oh, it's, conclave definition. Okay, definition of conclave: a private meeting or secret assembly, especially a meeting. Okay, there we go. Of the Roman Catholic cardinals, secluded continuously while choosing a pope. The conclave elected the new pope on the fifth ballot. Okay, that also happened with Council of Nicaea, where there was a meeting. Okay. And the Israelites from the British Isles didn't attend also because we understood that wasn't to create a Catholic religion wasn't a thing to do. But that's going off topic. Yeah, so secret conclave. That's what these elites do. Okay, let me go at the round table. The round table secret society. There we go. Come on. There we go. Understanding the round table. Secret society. It's supposed to be a so-called conspiracy. But somehow these conspiracies are, turning out to be true all of a sudden. It's not so much of a conspiracy now. Come on, man, this connection. Okay, here we go.
Over the years, different groups of these secret societies have emerged for specific tasks. And because the agenda has a specific time scale, and across the millennium is the time of introduction, through this century, this agenda has been advanced quicker and quicker and quicker. Towards the end of the last century, and right at the start of this one, a secret society was created in Britain, not surprisingly, called the Round Table. Was headed up originally.
The reason why I said not surprisingly, because these elites, originally they come from England, British, and then they went to the Americas and whatnot. But the headquarters, of their societies are in England. Okay. That's why they speak with that stiff upper lip, English talk. Okay, which they got that from us anyway, but
originally by a guy called Cecil Rhodes, who was one of the bloodline families that orchestrated the manipulation and takeover of southern Africa by Britain. Also, Rhodes scholarships came out of this guy, Cecil Rhodes. I think I mentioned those earlier, where the youngsters of the bloodlines around the world are picked up and given a Rhodes scholarship to Oxford University. This comes out of the same guy. Well, he died in 1902, and other people took over. And there were roundtable groups, interlocking, set up around the world. The key places were America and Britain. And when we had the First World War...
Exactly, that's the reason why it's difficult to trace them, because they always break up into different little groups. Elder Apostle Ramluk always brings that up. Okay, because Esau, he's not gonna stay in one unit. He always breaks apart and keeps creating these different units. Okay, but they're always linked in some sort of way. Okay, so that's how they have control over the whole earth, because they interfere into what's the word? I can't remember the word. It's not coming to mind, but they somehow entangle themselves in like these companies which they create, okay, in these corporate societies, and that's how they gain a grip over the world, in either buying out businesses, bankrupting businesses, and taking over them, okay, in order to have total control.
To Oxford University, this comes out of the same guy. Well, he died in 1902, and other people took over. And there were roundtable groups, interlocking, set up around the world. The key places were America and Britain. And when we had the First World War, the key people in the American War Administration were members of this round table, and the key people in the cabinet in Britain were members of this same round table. So they orchestrated the First World War, and afterwards, when they were deciding how the world would be...
They orchestrated the First World War. Okay.
The cabinet in Britain were members of this same round table. So they orchestrated the First World War, and afterwards, when they were deciding how the world would be redrawn as a result of the war, the very same members of the round table were appointed to the Versailles Peace Conference to decide how it would be set up and redrawn.
Okay, so as you understood there, they already orchestrated it. Then they had different organizations around the war, and then when it came back to redrawing the rebirth of the society after the war, they basically just regrouped. Okay, but it's all the same people. Okay, they're all in on it. Okay, all Edomites.
Classic problem, reaction, solution. Create up and redrawn. Classic problem, reaction, solution. Create drawn. Classic problem, reaction, solution.
Okay, order al-Qaeda. Okay, classic problem, reaction, solution. Okay, the elders and apostles been going on this for I don't even know how long. It's so clear that you can just get this information now from that's why they're trying to shut down YouTube. Okay, after this I'm probably going to download this video just for myself anyway.
Create the problem, create the war, get the reaction, something must be done, and then offer the solution.
Exactly, and that's where you get this COVID-19 to bring forth the martial law, to bring forth ultimately the chip, which will ultimately bring forth our kingdom.
I'd like to call to order this secret conclave of America's media empires. We're here to come up with the next phony baloney
Okay, so it says America's media empires. So all the media empires, obviously you can see in a minute, that they have a meeting and they pick what the subject is going to be and what's blacked out of the media. So they only show you one topic, okay, and they push that narrative so much so that it puts a spell on these sheeple out here, and they just follow, okay, under Esau's miracles, okay, because the media is one of his miracles, okay, and he pushes that in order to push any narrative that he needs to push. That's how they was able to get into the Middle East and have that war and take down Hussein, okay, and whatnot, okay, and stage their coups and everything else.
We're here to come up with the next phony baloney crisis to put Americans back where they belong.
To put Americans back where they belong. Okay, which is asleep, which is underneath the foot of the elites. Okay, and mainly to put Israel back into slavery.
Dark rooms glued to their televisions, too terrified to skip the commercials.
Okay, dark rooms, too glued to their televisions, too scared to skip to commercials. That's these dumb fucking sheeple out here that just watch and take everything that they see on TV for word. Okay, so they have control of them because they're the ones that lean onto this mainstream media, and they know that. Okay, it's in your face right now. You're watching it right now.
Terrified to skip the commercials. Well, television's too terrified to skip the commercials. A crisis to put Americans back where they belong. In dark rooms glued to their televisions, too terrified to skip the commercials.
Well, I think
NBC, you are here to listen.
Okay, they push that faggotism hard as well. I ain't gonna go back to that shit. I already done that enough to listen to what he was saying. Okay.
And not speak.
Okay, NBC. Okay, they have a total grip over NBC. Okay, and this is he's depicted. NBC is depicted here. Okay, that's why a few people from NBC were fired, depending on what they said in the past. They've outspoken and spoke some sort of truth, and they was fired straight away.
I think we should go with a good old-fashioned public health scare.
Okay, I think we should go with a good old-fashioned public health scare. Come on, man. It's clear as day.
a new disease. No one's immune. It's like the summer of the shark, except instead of a shark, it's an epidemic. And instead of summer, it's all the time.
That is so... Now, I hate to be the guy who derails what everybody else loves.
He loves being that guy.
But, Janice, we do have standards. This can't be a made-up disease. The only moral thing to do is release a deadly virus into the general public.
We do have something we've been holding on to, but it hasn't been tested. Get over here, NBC.
Well, we certainly believe in testing, but Wow. Oh, yeah.
So, we've got our deadly disease. Now, we just have to blame it on something that's in every household, something that people are a little bit afraid of already. House cat flu is coming, people. The Center for Disease Disinformation predicts with some degree of probability that the house cat flu might spread in the following hypothetical outbreak pattern. So better beware that...
See, they control the media, they control the statistics, they control everything. Okay?
So better beware that warm body on your lap just might be ready to destroy your tender fiddles.
And this is how the people react. This is the reaction that they need. The reaction that they want. Okay, the reaction that they aim and so diligently look to perfect. Okay, that to every whim, you know, you just react to everything. Okay, you're just submissive to everything.
Springfielders are advised to...
See, so just a minute ago he wasn't wrapped up or anything. All of a sudden now he's all wrapped up in a suit to push that narrative.
Stay tuned for more information if they experience any of the following symptoms. Mild thirst...
Mild thirst. This is the bullshit that they... You know what I'm saying? You're going to have mild thirst if you haven't drunk anything in a minute. Okay? The body is already 70% water. If it drops anything below that, below 60 something, then you're gonna feel a little dehydrated. So they push things that are obviously inevitable, and then the donuts how they'll think, oh, it's happening where it's natural, yeah, and then you'll think that you've got some sort of COVID or whatever. Freaking idiots, bro.
Mild thirst, occasional hunger, tiredness.
Mild thirst, occasional hunger. These are all natural things. Tiredness at night, bro. But it just shows you the order of chaos is prevalent. Let me get one scripture quickly. Just grab one quick scripture. good. Okay, so lest is in case. Okay, this is old time written. So in case Satan should get an advantage of us, if we are not ignorant of his devices, because we understand what's going on. Okay, the Most High has allowed us to see these things which are happening, and revealed unto us Esau's devices. Okay, let me get over there. Over there, let's see. Oh, spelled it wrong. Not bad. I don't know why I keep putting OBA, so OB. Okay, how the things of Esau searched out, how his hidden things sought up. Okay, his devices and his plans for his new world order, you know, are all being exposed, all out in the open, all at once. It only takes a finger click, a few minutes, just to find out what he's doing. Okay, not everything what he's doing, but majority of what he's doing is out in the open. Okay, and he speaks about it with pride because he thinks that it's going to come to pass. Okay, but the Most High shall be upon him as he's eating, as it tells you in Job. Okay, he'll throw up all of those things that he's taken. Okay, through violence. But because this man is proud, he thinks that his so-called New World Order is about to actually come to pass. But it's not. Okay, how are the things of Esau searched out and how his hidden things sought up? Okay, because he's at a time now where his heel is about to be pulled down by Jacob through Yahweh Shemel Shai. Okay, through Yahweh Shai. Okay, his heel, his reign, okay, of tyranny. Okay, because he's the real terrorist guy. Okay, he's the one that's gonna be ripped out of power. Okay, brought low, brought under our feet. Okay, and the Most High is gonna show that he's loved us, he's loved thee forever. Get me? All the men of thy confederacy are brought thee even to the border. Okay, that's the wars in the Middle East. That's what's coming now. Okay, men of that confederacy are the ones that you had in cahoots with, that was used in trade with. Okay, the men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. So to prevail against someone means to be now at a level above them. Because now you have China and these other nations that have eaten with America through, through transactions, through oil transactions, okay, through commerce, okay, and GDP, okay, helping to push products from all different parts of the globe and whatnot. Okay, now they're against America, and also because they see her falling, they're kicking the whore down while she is weak. Okay, they that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Okay. Could it go back?
At that Versailles Peace Conference, again in Paris, the cities and locations keep reoccurring. They had a meeting at the Hotel Majestic in Paris in 1919, these round table members, both sides of the Atlantic, And they started to orchestrate the creation of offshoot organizations around this central core that would push this agenda on through the 20th century. The first one created was the Royal Institute of International Affairs in 1920 in London, still going strong today, a major part of this network. In 1921, in America, came the Council on Foreign Relations, which is subordinate to the London Royal Institute of International Affairs. Since 1921, virtually every president and endless major positions in the administrations of both parties have been members of the Council on Foreign Relations. You cannot become an ambassador for the United States today without being a member of this private organization. In 1954 came the Bilderberg Group, set up at the Bilderberg Hotel in Oosterbeek, Holland. And this, like the Trilateral Commission that came in 1972-73, these organizations coordinate the same agenda between apparently unconnected areas of our lives. So, for instance, the people that attend and are members of these groups are the top people in the global military, global politics, global banking, global business, global media, etc. And so through these organizations, the same policy is coordinated. And I'll just give you one example of what I mean. The Bosnian War has been an example, magnificent example of all these elements that I'm talking about. First of all, it was problem, reaction, solution. You had the problem, the war, the reaction, something must be done, and the solution, a 60,000 strong world army under NATO control, which has advanced the agenda closer to the world army, which is the great goal of this agenda. People like Henry Kissinger, Kissinger Associates, and Lord Carrington, founding director of Kissinger Associates, were the key manipulators of the Bosnian War, among many others. So when you take that into account, and then you look at these organizations, and you look at the key peace negotiators in Bosnia, throughout that period of that war and conflict, some incredible coincidences start to unfold. When the war started, the European Union appointed the first peace negotiator, Lord Carrington. Lord Carrington, founding director of Kissinger Associates that orchestrated the war. Lord Carrington, chairman of the Bilderberg Group since 1991. President of the Royal Institute of International Affairs, Trilateral Commission member. When he failed to achieve peace in Bosnia and the war went on, along came another European Union peace negotiator, Lord David Owen, Bilderberg Group, Trilateral Commission, and he was replaced when the war went on by Carl Bildt, the Swedish Prime Minister, Bilderberg Group. Working with them through this same period were the United Nations appointed peace negotiators. The first one was Cyrus Vance, Bilderberg Group, Trilateral Commission, Council on Foreign Relations. He was replaced by a Norwegian, Thorvald Stoltenberg, Trilateral Commission, Bilderberg Group. The war went on. The horrors went on. The clamour, something must be done, got louder and louder, politically and in terms of the general public. It was time to play the sting. Onto the stage, first of all, came Jimmy Carter, an independent peace negotiator, former president. Jimmy Carter, first Trilateral Commission president of the United States, Council on Foreign Relations member. And then came the team that introduced the sting, the solution, the World Army. This was led by Richard Holbrooke, Bill Clinton's peace envoy. Richard Holbrooke, Bilderberg Group, Trilateral Commission, Council on Foreign Relations. He answered to the Secretary of State at the time in America, Warren Christopher, Trilateral Commission, Council on Foreign Relations, who worked with William Perry, the Defense Secretary at the time, Bilderberg Group, and they answered to the President, Bill Clinton, Bilderberg Group, Trilateral Commission, Council on Foreign Relations, who answered to the unelected David Rockefeller and Henry Kissinger, leading executives of the Bilderberg Group, Trilateral Commission, Council on Foreign Relations.
So notice how they always are correlated within the same unit. And here he just stated that they all answer to who?
Secretary at the time, Bilderberg Group, and they answered to the President, Bill Clinton, Bilderberg Group, Trilateral Commission, Council on Foreign Relations.
So they answer to the President, yeah, and foreign relations and whatnot. Who answers to who?
Who answered to the unelected David Rockefeller.
So he wasn't even elected, but he's in control over all of them. He's one of them that's in control over all of them. Okay? It's the Rockefellers and whatnot that have a tight grip Okay, that's your top elites. It always goes back to them top Ashkenaz fake Jew elites.
Secretary at the time, Bilderberg Group, and they answered to the President, Bill Clinton, Bilderberg Group Trilateral Commission Council on Foreign Relations, who answered to the unelected David Rockefeller and Henry Kissinger, leading executives of the Bilderberg Group Trilateral Commission Council on Foreign Relations.
Exactly, leading executives. They are the top leading executives. Okay, so it's all linked up in some sort of way.
To the unelected David Rockefeller and Henry Kissinger, leading executives of the Bilderberg Group Trilateral Commission Council on Foreign Relations. The first head of the World Army appointed in Bosnia was Admiral Leighton Smith, Council on Foreign Relations. And the ambassador in the former Yugoslavia through this period was Warren Zimmerman, Council on Foreign Relations. Just a coincidence, nothing to worry about. But unless you do this research, you think all these people are independent.
Exactly. Unless you do this research, you think that all these people are independent. Okay? But they're not. They're all linked together.
Nothing to worry about. But unless you do this research, you think all these people are independent.
Okay? America. You have Europe and the USA, which is global. Environment, eugenics. The United Kingdom, which is global, and America and Europe going to Japan, because that's one of the reasons they took over Japan. They conquered Japan and have them in a tight, like a headlock. Okay, that's why they can put Japan against China and whatnot, and they have control in parts of that land through Japan. Okay, but yeah, I ain't trying to make this too long. I'm gonna upload this video, this singular video on my channel specifically anyway. But yeah, brothers, look into that. But yeah, that's what it is right there. I'm gonna close with one scripture. Let me bring up that Obadiah again. How the things of Esau searched out, how his hidden things sought up. Okay. He's searched out now, man. He's come to a point where he's been hiding for a long time. Okay, he's been obviously hiding his identity. He's been hiding his wicked acts are coming to pass now. Okay. He's been what's the word? A fugitive, like his forefather Cain, but it's coming to the end. Okay. But yeah, so like I don't want to make this one too long. So yeah, I'm gonna say shalom. Praise the Albashim Shai, and yeah, brothers, right at the end of this one. Shalom.